Hey y'all, I'm Miracle. I'm coming at y'all today with something very new for me. This is my very first review, so I am very new to this, not true to this at all, but that is okay because I have my notes, we have our show, and we're gonna dive right into it. So today I am reviewing BET's new series, The Encore. So episode 2 picks up right where episode 1 left off. Aubrey was letting it be known in that kitchen, honey, that as soon as she saw Keely, they was gonna do a little bit of straightening. She was gonna let her know that she did not appreciate her talking behind her back, and they was gonna settle some things out. Now, what I don't like about the show is it builds up the confrontation, and then you hear about it, and you know it happened, but you kind of don't see what happened. Like, we didn't really get the full extent of what Aubrey said to Keely. We just go into Keely's account when she's in the kitchen telling the girls what happened and what was said. But we know that it wasn't a whole lot. There wasn't no fighting, so we just gonna move on. So in the next scene, we found out that they are going to be doing a thing where they vote the queen of the house. It's not going to be one queen throughout the duration of the time, so I don't know how often they will vote, but we know there's going to be different queens at different points. So we get an account of the girls in their confessionals kind of giving their strategic plays of who they want to vote for, who they want to make sure they don't want to vote for. We know that Aubrey does not want to be the queen just because she doesn't want that attention on her right off the bat, and she kind of wants to give it time to see how it's going to play out, see what can go wrong so she can learn when she is the queen. But she definitely doesn't want Keely to be the queen, and then we know that Keely doesn't want Aubrey to be the queen, so she is sure to vote for herself. But in the end, Pam becomes the queen of the house because she's kind of neutral, you know. She's always praying over everybody, always, I guess, bringing everybody together, so that was kind of the safe bet for everyone. So they voted Pam in. And they also get a list of kind of rules of the queen. So what the queen is to do. We know that the queen can call meetings if ever there are issues to kind of hash it out. And she gets to determine the roles of the women in the group. We also learned that on the 29th day, they are going to have this big performance all together. And we know that they are to do an album of songs collectively, and every one of them has to be on at least 3 songs all together. So we're already seeing that that ain't gonna work because they already beefing about wanting to do 2 different groups. But we gonna see. So in the next scene, we have them meeting with the producers in the studio, and I'm already just like, okay, some more singing, okay. So there is this reggae type song that they're doing, and they all kind of go over the same verse. I believe it sounded like the same verse, each of them doing it, just kind of seeing how they sounded, and I guess see where they want to place each girl in the song. And them twins, they are so messy. Like, they don't hide it in their face whatsoever that they think Misha and Irish absolutely cannot sing. Like, the looks that they given, and Misha even in her confessional is like, you know, I see them laughing and I'm not with it. And we know Misha ain't with it because we saw her almost pop off on the first episode. So they better tread lightly with them faces. They better, you know, just keep it cute. But I mean, the singing was the singing. We can't really blame the twins. So then we also have Keely. The girls are confused as to why she's even singing, because she makes it abundantly clear every chance she gets that she does not want to be in this group. So they don't understand why she's even taking up the time singing. I don't understand what she went in that booth and did. It sounded like some mumbling, like it was so low. And we've heard you sing, so she was in the Cheetah Girls and you was in 3LW. You was promise this, so we know what you give. I don't know what that was, but we gonna move on. So on the next scene, that we see the twins, Keely and Pam, having a conversation, and it kind of turns a little weird because Pam notes that Aubrey's kind of leaning on her, which to me, it wasn't in any type of way. Like, I would not have walked past and saw that and thought anything of it, but she thinks that she has to make it clear because in the past people have thought that she was into women. So she wants to just make it abundantly clear she doesn't want any of the women in the house. She doesn't want women, period. And she doesn't want anybody on her in any way that can be confusing. My only thing with that was just like, I don't think people thought you were with women. You were with women, you know, at one point in your life. So it's not like people was just making assumptions of you, so you're extra cautious because you want to just, you know, put it out there. It's like that was a part of your past. But anywho, she wants to separate herself from that. And so when she starts talking about her past and how she was with women, you see Keely like, oh, you know, she thinks they're about to have a moment. No, she quickly sees they are not when Pam shares that she has been delivered and she no longer is into women. Okay, so she leaves out of the room and she ends up going and talking to Shamari and Nivea. And while she's doing that, the women that were in the room with her are all kind of confused. Like, they're like, first of all, that was weird when it didn't even have to be, because where did that come from? And two, delivered, like, that was giving very much Andrew Caldwell or whatever his name is. Like, I think she should have at least rethought her verbiage if she wanted to set the record straight, because the record is not straight, man. So anyway, after that, we see Misha overhearing, I don't know which twin it was. I want to say it was Fallon. I think it was Fallon. We see Fallon and Keely having a conversation, which I'm already knowing. It's like, Keely, you and the twins don't even really get along, so I don't understand why you discussing anything with one of them, especially when you've seen how messy they are. But in any regard, the twin makes it known to Keely that she doesn't think that Irish can sing. She doesn't think that she has control over her voice. And she is very confused about what they are doing there. Misha is not happy with that, as anyone wouldn't be. That would be hurtful to overhear. But I also don't think that the twins have hid it. You know, they haven't hid that they did not think they could sing, so I don't know why she was surprised. But she was upset, and she did tell the other women, and so the other women decided, hey, you know, we need to have a meeting. This is one of those things where Pam needs to pull her queen card so we can get some things settled, because that is not okay. So the conversation, it's so hilarious. It went completely left. Like, it went from them talking about the twin thinking that Misha cannot sing to Keely expressing her problems with what she felt about Pam saying that she was delivered. And then it went to everyone ganging up on Keely. So I just think that they are not good at having conversations. And these group meetings are always going to be a shit show. And I think that they're choosy with who they're going up against each episode. Like, last week it was the twins. This week it was Keely's turn to get the wrath of everyone in the house. But in any regard, Keely was like, she did not think that Pam should have made those comments, and she called her homophobic. And I think that's where she messed up, because as one of the twins pointed out, you cannot just go out putting these stigmas on people. Like, that's equivalent to you just running and saying that someone's racist just because they made a comment that, you know, maybe they shouldn't have made. So I don't think that she should have called Pam homophobic, but I do completely understand what she was saying, especially when she shared that she was bisexual. I think that what you choose to do is your business. And if any way Pam felt like her drinking back in the day played a part on her having relationships with women, and that when she found God, that changed that, I'm gonna let her believe that. I'm gonna let her believe it. Because me, I drink from time to time. I go out. I got beautiful friends. I see beautiful women. I ain't kissed none of them. I ain't been in a relationship with none of them. That's something I don't think you can blame on the alcohol. But she's delivered and she wants that to be known. And the house is letting it ride. Keely wasn't feeling it, but what else could she say? Because nobody else would speak up with her, even though they all agreed when she left the room that conversation was weird and out of place and out of pocket. But we go on to another scene. Aubrey. She's putting together this vision board and she wants to present it to the women in the house. And basically the presentation is supposed to represent them getting back on track and coming together as a whole and being a whole group, which is completely opposite of where Aubrey stood the last episode when she made it clear that she wanted 2 separate groups and she wanted to be with the twins and Shamari. So the last scene, she presents this presentation to the house and everyone's loving it. They're just eating it up. And you know, Keely wasn't having it. And I don't blame her, because it's like last week you was literally telling us that you wanted there to be 2 groups. And now we just supposed to all fall out and fall into place and fall in love with this idea of unity when that's not really what you want. I completely understood where Keely came from, because to me it seems like Aubrey is being manipulative. And Keely does have her faults. I don't know her place in the house. I do agree with the lady's arguments that she is doing nothing. And she's not. She's not doing anything. But 2 things can be right at the same time. I think Keely wants a job, but she doesn't want to do the work. And I think Aubrey wants 2 groups, but she wants to manipulate it so she doesn't come across like the bad guy. That's honestly what I think is going on. But somehow Aubrey is able to get them women to go at Keely. And I truly think that's what she wanted. And I also think she wants to take on that role just to prove, like, we don't need Keely. And that's probably true. I really don't think that they need Keely. But I understand her placement on the show. I very much see why she's there. Because drama, honey. Drama. So, anyway, you know, you can see Keely getting emotional. You can see the women all coming at her. And one of the twins, I think it's Felicia. I think Fallon is the one who gets them in trouble because she don't bite her tongue for nothing. And I think Felicia is the nice twin. Let me see. Yep. So she decides to comfort her and say, hey, you know, I don't think it's right that we gang up on Keely. If we're sitting here literally with a presentation about us all coming together and all working together as women, I think that this isn't the right direction for us to go into. And I agree. Like, we gonna sit up here and talk about women empowerment and we're all in one and we're all in this together. And then we gonna literally leave Keely out to dry and cry by herself because we all want to basically tell her she ain't shit and she ain't doing shit. No. So that was the last scene. We see the twins and Keely walking off while Keely's crying. And Keely is very much confused because she's like, last night y'all called me two-faced and today y'all the only ones in the room taking up for me. I don't know with this house. And I'm with Keely because I don't know. Every week, every episode, and we only on episode 2, but they don't know who they like, who they dislike, what team they want to be on, if we're gonna have 2 groups, if we're gonna have one, who can sing, who can't, who can dance, who can't. But I'm here for it because it is very much entertaining. Carlos King has done it again, and he has me watching a show that I did not think that I was going to watch. So that is my review of episode 2. I cannot wait for next week. And just so you all know, I am going to start doing reviews. I went from never getting to watch TV and missing all of my shows because I was working so much and so busy that I did not have the time, to working from home and actually being able to catch up on some shows. that nobody else watches because I'm watching so much stuff. So I hope that I can share my thoughts with you all, and I hope that you all will engage with me. Comment below, let me know what you think. Like, and also subscribe, of course. So until next time.